'cause I really love to.
Welcome back to another episode of the GC Informer. I am Snowy, otherwise known as Count Dracula, and the story that just won't go away, but just keeps giving, is back again, because we're going to talk about Star Wars Battlefront 2, version 2, again, because guess what? They keep doing stuff. So we know now that Star Wars Battlefront 2 version 2 has had its microtransactions removed. However, this is only a temporary measure, and they were set to return at a later date, a very unspecified date, at some point when EA has basically got their shit together with the microtransactions. But the fact is, the microtransactions are coming back isn't a great thing, and they will still be progression based. They're not going to be relegated to cosmetic only. So they had the chance to get their PR and get it back on track and go, yeah, this is great. And then they just went, no, we're not going to do that. So that's a bit of a shame, really. In the specific statement, they said that they want to tune and evolve the experience as it grows. You've seen this already with several major adjustments and polish we've made over the last several weeks. They go on to say, we heard you loud and clear, so we're turning off all in-game purchases. We'll now spend more time listening, adjusting and balancing and tuning. This means that the option to purchase crystals is now offline. All progression will be earned through gameplay. The ability to purchase crystals in-game will become available at a later date, only after we've made changes to the game. We'll share more details as we work through this. This says to me that, well, it's a very cagey response, so we don't know how much or how little they're going to change, and it says to me that they're probably going to just wait until the heat's died down a little bit and launch the system again in probably a system that's very similar to what was there in the first place. Certainly not changed much, but slightly less shitty, so it seems like they've done a really good job in comparison. Now this morning though, at some kind of time for me, Game Informer reported that, the Wall Street Journal reported that EA had actually implemented this change and rebalancing effort because Disney had just sort of put their foot down. This may be a result of the massive response on the gambling hashtag where people were atting Disney, telling them about how awful this is, and I believe that Disney don't really want their properties to be associated with child gambling, funnily enough. Can't think why. This then meant that Disney's chief executive had concerns with the way EA was handling the game and the public perception of it, and bear in mind that in just over a month a new Star Wars film is coming out, so you might say they don't really want the Star Wars name to be dragged through the mud just before the next film in the franchise comes out. Again though, this is a temporary measure. Microtransactions are not gone from the game. They will return, unfortunately, at some point, but we don't know when. So, you know, it's still a bit shite. Don't buy the game. And that's the end of this episode of the GC Informer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a like, subscribe, or a share, whatever you fancy. Our social links are down in the description, along with a link to our Discord, where you can join in some lovely public chat. I can be found on Twitter at @SnowyDuffield, and stay tuned to GameCast for more news, reviews, let's plays, podcasts, lots of fun stuff. And we will see you soon for more news.